Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to highlight a few green flags for Plug Power stock investors, and to do that I was going to look at the company's latest earnings call with management where the CEO goes into some depth about some of the prospects for the company going forward. So let's get right into this. So the CEO, Andrew Marsh, in referring to a question about U.S. Treasury guidance around the Inflation Reduction Act and some of the terms and conditions and how Plug Power can benefit from it, here's what the CEO had to say. It's our assessment, and it's the assessment of many people in the industry, that we will see guidance in September. So in just a few short weeks, the company will get all of the guidance, and they think that the regulations will be very reasonable. So they're hopeful that the terms coming out of this in September are going to be beneficial for Plug Power overall. At least that's what the CEO thinks right now. Moving on, the CFO of Plug Power says, in reference to the company getting approval from the Department of Energy for a $1 billion potential financing deal, the CFO thinks that at this point, their best guess is that we would have something approved and be able to announce something hopefully by mid-November or early December. So I guess you can say before the end of the year, they'll have a something to announce in relation to that. And that could be a big deal for Plug Power stock investors. $1 billion in financing can go a long way for the company, and at the same time offer favorable terms because it's coming from the Department of Energy, and finally not dilute shareholders. Remember, when the company issues new shares to raise capital, that dilutes shareholders. That increases the number of shares outstanding, which, if or when this company ever becomes profitable, those profits will need to be split among more shares. But if they're getting financing from the Department of Energy for $1 billion, then that's not dilutive financing. It's not going to dilute shareholders. So if or when the company does become profitable, those profits can be split among fewer shareholders. So that's why I've been saying that I think this can be a huge green flag for Plug Power stock investors, and it looks like this could happen by the end of this year. They could have something to announce by mid-November, early December, so hopefully before the end of this year, and that could be a nice Christmas present for Plug Power stock investors to end the year with that announcement for $1 billion in financing. But that's all I've got for this brief video highlighting two green flags for Plug Power stock and for Plug Power stock investors, and its sources of capital, ways in which the company can get money without selling additional shares of stock, right? Getting money from the Inflation Reduction Act is by far the most lucrative form of capital because that's mostly grants where the company just gets the money for free. The Department of Energy deal would be a loan, so the company would have to pay that back, but the sum would be much larger than what I think they can get from the Inflation Reduction Act. The sum, the $1 billion sum, could be much larger than what the company can get from the Inflation Reduction Act, or it could be blended in some type of deal financing. But in any event, money coming from either of these sources would be good news for Plug Power stock investors. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.